Ahoy! There are a few things going on in New World at the moment that I think are worth briefly talking about. Before we do that, I want to let you know that over the next days I'll be playing Path of Exile, and I've made a new channel specifically for that. So if you're interested in Path of Exile too, and only if you are, then feel free to join me there. You might be the first person to subscribe on that channel. But for now, we'll talk about New World, and there will still be some New World videos in the next days as well. So what has happened throughout the week? First of all, we have Nature's Wrath and Elemental Band being disabled. Basically what happened was that there was an issue where you could stack both of them on top of each other, and Nature's Wrath is extending things that it shouldn't be extending, which led to you very easily having infinite 6-stack Elemental Band, while the effect was halved, but you could use some other perks along with that to just sit at Empower Cap constantly while getting the extra base damage from Nature's Wrath. So that was disabled, and Elemental Band was finally disabled as well, which has been bugged since release and was known before release that it was bugged. I guess they did it now because it got worse with the combination of Nature's Wrath, but then they could have just disabled that. Or they disabled it now because now there was a while of people grinding towards it, a lot of incentive to get that broken thing, and eventually decide, okay, now it's enough of a problem that we need to take that away for a while and take the risk of alienating some people by doing that. But hey, I'm glad that it's getting disabled. I think it was too strong. It is worth being aware that this means Elemental Band doesn't work at all. Any perk on that is disabled. The attributes are disabled. So if you've got that equipped right now, it literally does nothing for you. And I think that is something that isn't really clear, because it seems like it still has the stat and everything. It's not grayed out or anything, but nothing on it works at all. Equip another ring until it's fixed. And they also have the Contagious Upheaval perk mentioned here once again. It's interesting that for all of these, they were meant to be disabled earlier, but then it didn't work initially. But now, at least, these two were actually disabled. I didn't double check on the Contagious Upheaval perk. But yeah, that is something they will hopefully sort out soon. Next, we have server merges in a few different regions. You can see the servers down here. Artorias to Devaloka, Isabella to Eldorado, Lilith to Marama, Centaurus to Asterion, Kronos to Aru, and finally Sutek to Delos. The deadest of dead servers right there, even though Delos is also dead. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some merges of the newer servers soon as well, with the population trend at the moment. And last but not least, we have the Winter Convergence Festival. Nothing crazy here. It is worth doing, especially if you're a new player. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there. But if you've done it before, the rewards are basically the same as before. What is worth keeping in mind, obviously, is down here at the very bottom tier. We have a few things. The Pristine Gleamite Crafting Material for 700 gear score. I think this is different from last year, if I recall correctly. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure. Did we have 700 last year already? Either way, that one is limited, but the more relevant one is Azoth Inductor here, and Chromatic Seals. Azoth Inductor obviously also capped at 700, so it's not a Gorgonite Inductor. You still have to do the rate for that, but Chromatic Seals are always nice to have just for the various crafts that you may want to do, and they're pretty cheap from this event, so worth considering for that. Everything else is like stuff that's already been there. Definitely get the ice skate emote if it's back up. Oh yeah, it's right here. That one, really cool. And then the event itself starts at December 10th, but I don't think they actually told us when it ends. I would assume that it ends at some point around New Year's, because they don't really have anything else on in December anyways. So you'll have quite some time to farm things, and really all you want to do is do this boss. You can do the present collection, but it's not really worth it. The first days of this event, you just want to spam this boss as much as possible while everyone is farming and it dies super quickly, and then you get enough tokens for the entire event, and everything else is kind of irrelevant in comparison to that. And then you can use that over time, because the Chromatic Seals can only be bought once every 3 days, and the Azoth Inductor, if you want it, once per week. So nothing new here, nothing crazy. Again, December is probably going to be Path of Exile 2 month. So if you want to check that out, links below. On that, consider subscribing, click the bell if you're new to the channel. And if you'd like to support me further, you can do so on Patreon. Thanks to all my patrons, so I do exactly that. And thank you for watching. Sloth, out.